Usa agora a palavra em nome do Grupo da Aliança dos Democratas e Liberais para a Europa, o Sr. Deputado Chris Davies, tem também 2 minutos. Tem a palavra.
Commissioner, thank you for coming to speak about the most important subject facing the planet to such a packed House. You've suggested before, I think, that this meeting, this Conference of the Parties in Nairobi, is a bit of a marking time sort of meeting. The bilateral events might be as important as the ones upstage. But I think we've often heard that with every month that goes past, the problems become greater and become more difficult to resolve. So maybe we can't afford to have any passing events, intermediate events. The stakes have to be raised and you have to try and extract everything you can from every possible meeting. Can I raise three issues in particular? First of all, transport emissions within the European Union. We see figures today that 5 of the major car manufacturers are going to reach the voluntary agreement target of 140 grams of carbon dioxide by 2008. But 75% are not on target to reach that. And just remember what that means. They signed a voluntary agreement with the Commission, with the European Union. And in their own private boardrooms, they've looked at the figures and they've recognised that they could make more profits out of SUVs and four-wheel drives, and they have deliberately recognised they're not going to meet that agreement. They've torn it up, they've not shown good faith, and it's now time that the Commission really clamp down hard. We know from the 5 who are meeting the target that there's nothing special about 140 grams. You need tough action, and I hope that will be forthcoming in the next few months. Secondly, on the national allocation plans, I know that you're sending the national allocation plans back to member states to say not good enough by a long, long way, 15% margin between allocations and real CO2 emissions. This is an impossible situation. How do we? It's the most important instrument. You know this. I can't say how much I want you to be tough, and I think you've got to use every public relations resource the Commission has at its disposal to emphasise that national governments have got to meet the fine words that they speak in Council. And finally, looking ahead, post-2012, to the emissions trading scheme and how you're going to make it work in future. Free allocations were a good start, but proved pretty weak in practice. Auctioning will still give windfall profits to some of the major power generators. You think you have to start looking at benchmarking. Very difficult. But you need to be telling people now, industry across the whole of Europe, that we are going to reward best practice.
Thank you.
And they should start making the investments now to make a difference to our planet.
Thank you.